What's going on, all my toy collectors and X-Men fans out there? You know who it is. It's your boy Ox, and welcome to the Cave of Wonders. Now this week we've been taking a look at some of the old Marvel Legends X-Men figures that came out over the past few years. And I hadn't opened these figures up because I didn't have enough characters in a good enough area to display them. At least not a big enough amount of characters to take over my old Toy Biz X-Men figures from the 90s. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Uncanny X-Men Retro Cardback Spiral figure by Hasbro Toys. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, now starting off at the front of the packaging, like all the other figures we looked at this week, it's on the retro card. You can see it says the Uncanny X-Men atop. You can see the Marvel Comics logo right there. An image of the character we're going to be looking at, which her name is Marvel Spiral. You can see ages 4 and up right there. And then it's made by Hasbro Toys right here on the bottom right. And this right here just lets you know that she has sorceress swords, okay? Clear package window showing you the figure that's inside. And you can see all of her accessories. They're kind of hard to see because some of them kind of reflecting off that plastic, but she has a bunch of different swords and accessories, obviously because she has 6 arms. Now I've already measured this package out for you guys. It's 8.5 inches long, 11 inches tall by 1.5 inches in depth. So that's how much shelf space you're going to need when you're going to be displaying this, okay? This right here is an up close look at her inside the packaging. Like I said, she does have a lot of different weapons and different hands, and we'll go ahead and pop those out once I open this up, okay? Taking a look at the back of the box, you guys can read up on her if you want. She's basically, she works for Mojo, if you guys know who Mojo is. Basically, she's one of his enforcers, security guards. Yep. And I think she had a huge crush on Longshot in the cartoon, if I'm right. I can't remember, but I think she had a huge crush on him. But these are some of the other characters you guys can buy. They came out right around this time. Let's go ahead and crack her out of the box. Okay, now here she is all out of the packaging and all of her accessories. You can see it comes with the figure. She comes with 4 extra swords. Now all 4 of these swords are identical. She comes with a 5th sword right here that's different than the other ones. She comes with the axe, and then she comes with 2 extra swappable hands. And both of these hands happen to be left hands, okay? Let's go ahead and start off with her swords real quick. Like I said, all 4 of them swords are exactly the same. And you can see that they're all the silver right here. She has like a tan brown wrapping right here around the handle. Now, these swords obviously are going to look familiar because we did just look at the Silver Samurai swords, and he came with 2 swords as well. And you guys can see that they're exact the same, besides the fact that one's painted black that came with the Samurai, and one is brown that came with her. But yep, same swords, just different painting. And like I said, she comes with 4 of these, okay? Obviously because she has 6 arms, so they're going to give her a lot of extra weapons and accessories, all right? Then she comes with a 5th sword right here. And this one right here is mostly all gold besides the brown wrapping right there, which is kind of confusing because she also came with an axe. And this isn't a big deal because I know that this figure costed the same as most of the other figures on the retro cards. And obviously she has a lot more plastic due to the arms and the weapons that she comes with. But as you can see, this is kind of the same handle right here. Has them 3 little dots. 3 little dots right there. I don't know why they didn't paint this handle, but I'm sure it's not a big deal and you guys can go ahead and paint it as well. But, you know, you think if they're going to throw in them extra details, like right here, I think this thing's called a kilt on a sword. I'm not really sure. Let me know down in the comments. But, you know, you can see that it's meant to be 2 different pieces. They should have went ahead and painted that a different color as well. Maybe like a chrome or something, you know what I mean? If they're going to, you know, fit it in the plastic, they should have went ahead and painted that a different color as well. But no big deal. I love the way this figure looks so far. And then she comes with 2 extra hands. Like I said, they're both left hands. She has this robotic hand right here. And then she has kind of like an open palm hand right here, like she's reaching out for something. And both of these, like I said, are left hands. Let's take a look at the figure real quick. I'll go ahead and throw those weapons in her hands at the end, all right? Now, I've already measured her out for you guys. She's 6 3/8, so a little bit taller than I think Rogue was and maybe Storm. But she's still under, you know, under scale as far as the men go. The men are a little bit taller, which is so that actually fits in perfect because most of the time the females were a little bit shorter than the men in the cartoon, from what I understand. Let's take a look at her up close. I do love the way this figure looks. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too familiar with her. I only remember her being in like 1 or 2 episodes of the old X-Men, so I never read up on any comics about her. I know that she was in the X-Men, the cartoon where Mojo had kidnapped some of the X-Men characters to be inside of his TV show, and she was basically fighting them. I remember her having a interest in one of the other characters who was on the show. I think it was Longshot, if I remember. So she had like a big love interest with him, or used to date him, or something like that. But she was one of the bad guys. I know she worked for Mojo, and she would fight the X-Men. But other than that, I don't know too much more about her, like, what happened to her arms or anything like that. But yeah, let's quickly go over articulation real fast. But I just wanted to zoom in on her face because I love those cloudy eyes. They did a really good job on the paint work on her lips, on her eyebrows, all the different colors, the blue, the paint work on her belt and everything like that. Extra chrome work on all of her little armor pieces and her arms and everything. This is an awesome looking figure. Now, obviously, her head is on a ball joint, so it is going to rotate around, but her hair does, render that articulation. You just got to kind of lift the hair up if you guys want to move her head from side to side. You just kind of lift it up, but she doesn't go back far. She doesn't look down at all, just because of all the hair right here is going to hinder that articulation, okay? Now, our arms do come up. I'm only going to do one arm because they're all obviously exactly the same. They do rotate. She does have bicep swivel. She does have double jointed elbows. Now, because her arms are so small in order to fit 3 arms on each side, they do feel a little like a little wobbly, like, not really hard plastic. It could be because they're so skinny, basically, and they're trying to fit that articulation into all 6 of these little skinny arms. But she does have double jointed elbows. Her wrists do rotate. They do go in. They do go out. She does have upper torso articulation, so she can move side to side. She can rotate around. She doesn't have any kind of waist swivel, but her belt is loose right here, her little utility belt, and you guys can move that around if you guys needed to. Her legs do kick out. They do kick up. She does have a thigh swivel. She does have double jointed knees. She doesn't have any kind of boot rotation right here, but her foot does go down, does go up, does rock back and forth if you guys needed to. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at the back of her real quick. I wanted to show you guys that arm real fast. Yeah, I love the way this thing looks. This does look pretty cool. I thought these would rotate, kind of like how they did on Rogue. But I ended up remembering that Rogues were just part of her gloves, and probably so you guys can pop off her hand and put her other one on and then pull that up. That way it kind of covered up the skin and didn't separate the glove kind of going up her forearm. Okay, now here she is with some weapons inside of her hands. This figure is awesome. I love the way this thing looks. She ends up being a little bit top heavy if you guys try and stand her straight up with her swords in her hands and her arms. So I kind of put her in a little crouching position, but I'm sure that can be fixed with just getting a stand or something. But as you guys can see on the right hand side, all of her hands on this side, all are gripping hands so she can hold any of her weapons. And on her left side, you can see that they're all open except for this metal one right here. But like I said, it does come with an extra gripping hand for that bionicle arm right there. Okay, now here she is in comparison to some other female X-Men characters I have. These right here are also villains. You got Lady Deathstrike, and then you got Mystique right here. And as you can see, she's a little bit taller than both of these figures. It's probably due to the helmet, like the top metal part of the helmet right there. But she's a bit taller than her, but not too much taller than Mystique. Like I said, I think it's just the helmet that, makes her look a little bit taller. But an awesome looking figure, man. I love the way she looks. Them extra hands, even if she didn't have the extra arms, I think she would still look like a really cool figure just because I love the way she looks. Her face paint came out really cool. Her helmet, the color of her clothes and everything like that. But the extra arms just makes her look so beastie. I'm going to have her probably going up against Wolverine or something like that. But let's go ahead and show her standing next to one of the male figures real quick. Now, Wolverine is on the shorter side compared to most of these Marvel Legends figures. Then again, I do have his legs bent real quick, but he's gonna look cool, going toe to toe against her on my shelf. Yeah, I love the way that looks. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this review of Spyro, one of the X-Men characters. Not one of the X-Men characters, but one of the X-Men villains. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and stay tuned because next we'll be taking a look at either Deadpool or, I think Deadpool. I think we're going to be taking a look at next. All right, guys, stay cool.